Since it seems like the 2026 MCU movie and show lineup has pretty much taken shape, I'm going to rank all 7 2026 MCU projects based on my excitement. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another MCU tier list video. Today, I am ranking all 7 2026 MCU projects based on my excitement as of right now. And I want to preface by saying these are the projects we know of as of April 3rd, 2025. There are other projects that could get announced by the end of this year. The reason I'm making this video right now is because of the recent Spider-Man news. We got the title for Spider-Man 4, It's Brand New Day, and we got the Avengers Doomsday cast reveal. So it feels very timely. On top of that, CinemaCon is happening with the Disney panel happening later today. We could get more Marvel news, so it just feels very relevant right now to go ahead and take a look at the 2026 MCU lineup and rank both the movies and TV shows based on how excited I am personally. Now, before I get into this, hit that like button, comment down below what MCU project in 2026 you're the most excited for. You can do a movie and a show or just overall. And of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. I mean, quite a bit. But without further ado, I say we just dive in to this tier list. The tiers I have are Need It Now, I'm Excited, I'm Curious, and Don't Care. And again, I've got 7 projects because there are only 7 officially confirmed for 2026 as of right now. And kickstarting this list is going to be Spider-Man 4, now known as Spider-Man Brand New Day. As you can see in this image, it is exclusively in theaters July 31st, 2026. The movie's going to start filming soon. Tom Holland's back as Spider-Man. I believe Zendaya is coming back as MJ. Obviously, at the end of the last movie, her character does not remember Peter Parker, but also Jacob Batalon, who plays Ned, said to maybe be coming back. A big piece of casting news that's still not officially confirmed, as Sadie Sink might be joining the cast, but I'm going to come right out and say it. I need this movie now. I'm going to put it at the top of that tier as we speak, because this movie should have come out a while ago, in my opinion. No Way Home came out at the end of 2021. This isn't coming out until 2026. A bit too long of a gap for my liking, personally, especially for Spider-Man movies. If you look at the MCU trilogy, Homecoming was summer 2017. Far From Home was summer 2019. No Way Home was winter 2021. So we only had to wait about 2.5 years max between those movies. This one obviously going to be a lot longer of a break. Now, I get it in a sense because this is a brand new day, a fresh start for his character, literally, as no one remembers who Peter Parker is. They still know who Spidey is, but no one remembers Peter Parker. So he's got a fresh start to be more of a street-level Spidey, so I get why they wanted to take maybe some more time off than normal, but still, I wish this movie had already come out, honestly, because I'm so pumped for it. Spider-Man, one of my favorite characters in Marvel history, and so to see Tom Holland back in a 4th film, bring it on. My only hope, my wish, my prayer is that this is more of a street-level Spidey movie, and the title Brand New Day might just signify that. My only worry is this could be full-on multiversal by the end, because it is sandwiched between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, and if you look at the MCU lineup as of right now, it is the only movie between those two, so it might have to deal with some multiversal elements, whether we like it or not. Plus, Sony might want to dive into that more because of No Way Home success. They're like, oh, we got to capitalize on multiversal Spider-Man, so we'll see what happens with it. But I am genuinely pumped for this movie and cannot wait to see another Spidey with Tom Holland on the big screen. The next project I've got is Daredevil Born Again Season 2. I've got my review of all of Season 1 linked up above, so go watch that if you haven't already. I was able to see the whole thing early. The next 2 episodes are great of the show, in my opinion. And when it boils down to it, I'm ready for Season 2. It was set up wonderfully in the Daredevil Season 1 finale, the Born Again finale, that is. In fact, the finale is my favorite episode of Season 1, and I can't wait to discuss it with everyone. There is, I'll say this, a needle drop in the episode that is one of my favorite needle drops in MCU history. It's nothing crazy, I just really appreciate the use of the song and the tone that it sort of supports within the scene it's used. It just ruled, and it really just left me in full body chills. But regardless, I appreciate how this season took its time to establish that yes, Kingpin and Matt Murdock are back. They're both trying to be different versions of themselves, but by the end of the season and as it progresses, you see they have to return back to who they are, because while you can try and change who you are, they both knew who they are deep down inside. And at the end of the day, they're a lot more similar to each other than they would like to ever let on or admit. And so they kind of fall back into their old ways as the season progresses. And I think it ends on an absolute high note. There's elements of mystery here. We get that courtroom drama aspect with Matt Murdock being the good lawyer, the really good lawyer, one could say. And of course, we get some Daredevil action near the end of the show. But to me, it was a great return for this show. It's not like I need season 2 right now because I feel very satiated after season 1. I'm full, I'm satisfied. I want to see the continuation of this world. So I'm going to say I'm excited for season 2. I can't go like I'm outright need it now because season 1 left me full, but I am going to say I am excited for Daredevil Born Again season 2. Moving on, we've got Vision, which I guess this is a hot take based on a recent short I made, but I don't care about this show. This is about, I believe, the white Vision that we see at the end of WandaVision. Could not care less. Couldn't care less. I'm putting this in don't care. I'm done with the character of Vision. How many times are we going to bring him back? I feel similarly about Wanda, honestly, and there was a point in time where I felt this way about Loki. The Loki show did redeem that, so maybe I need to be nicer and say, oh, they could go full-on Loki with Vision, but this isn't something that I believe to be the case. I'm done with Vision in the MCU. He's had his death twice now. I think we're good. We can let him ride off into the sunset, but to bring in another version of Vision, just get repetitive at this point. I'm good, okay? Agatha was fine. It ended on a high note, but that was sort of a spin-off of WandaVision. To get another spin-off of WandaVision, but this one being in 2026, just let it go. That's how I feel about this. So this is, I feel, maybe a disaster waiting to happen. I'm not sure many people want this show. I don't know if this is a good move, especially in terms of some of the Disney Plus shows that have bombed. It might be another one added to that list. So I'm going to say I don't care about a Vision show. Moving on, we've got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2. The first season was a pleasant surprise. If you go back and watch my 2025 MCU projects ranked by excitement, I had this in the don't care tier. At the time, I was like, look, this is an animated Spider-Man show. It's not Tom Holland. It's not connected to the Spider-Verse movies. We don't need more Spider-Man, and boy, was I wrong, and I'm glad when I'm wrong because I ended up having a blast with Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm going to say, for right now, I am excited for Season 2. I'm going to put it at the back of that tier. The first season was delightful. The second season, I saw they're teasing Gwen Stacy coming in, which means we are getting Spider-Gwen. There are endless possibilities with the world they've set up, especially because of how many bosses there are. There's so many villains, so many characters are so young in their journey that they can just continue to grow and develop, turn into later versions of the character or villains or heroes for that matter. There's a lot to be excited about, and the world is only just beginning. They planted the seeds for many characters to grow into big villains or heroes that are going to play a role in later seasons of the show. To me, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man could go on for 30 seasons, and I hope it does, honestly, because I'm enjoying it. So yeah, I'm excited for what they have cooked up in Season 2, especially because we know Gwen Stacy is coming into the picture. Now, next up, we've got the Punisher special. You guys know I love me some Punisher. Frank Castle's the man. Now, my big concern here is this is a Disney Plus special presentation. I almost would have preferred Punisher to get his own movie, or I know that's not really feasible, but his own show, because we got Daredevil back. Give Punisher a show. I really dug his Netflix show some days more than the Daredevil show, which I know is blasphemous to many, but still, I'm gonna put this in I'm curious, because you guys know I love Frank Castle, and based on where, Daredevil Born Again ends, it's pretty clear this could bridge the gap between Daredevil Season 1 and Season 2 of Born Again, that is. But with it being a special presentation, we don't know the runtime. I'm a little curious about how they're going to handle this. Is it going to be TVMA? I have a vision for it where it's this one take, one night thing with Frank Castle getting out of a certain situation he may or may not be in. I'm curious with the Punisher special. I will be watching. This is not to say I'm not looking forward to it, because I am, but I'm curious more than anything to see how they pull off a Disney Plus special presentation with the Punisher as opposed to just another season of the Punisher show. But next we've got the big one, the one that y'all came here to hear me talk about, Avengers Doomsday. Now, in the past, when I've done upcoming movie rankings based on my excitement, I have had Avengers Doomsday in the I'm curious tier. Now, we've got a little more insight into the movie. Production has begun, and we've got a lot of the cast, a good chunk of which are actually some of the OG X-Men from the 2000s trilogy. I'm talking Ian McKellen Magneto, Patrick Stewart as Professor X, James Marsden as Cyclops, and others returning. I have a feeling this movie is going to be a lot more epic than I wanted to give it credit for originally, and I can't help but say I'm starting to drink the Marvel Kool-Aid again, guys. They got me over with damn director chairs. They've won me back over. Not to say I was ever out on Marvel, but I was very skeptical about Doomsday. The RDJ casting just completely took me by surprise. Then they're bringing back the Russos. I'm like, oh, this is desperation. But it seems like they might have a story cooking. And while I will not deny that nostalgia could just be the big factor here, I am going to say that I am outright excited now. I'm not curious anymore, I'm excited. It seems like they might have a vision. It could involve Doom annihilating some of the OG X-Men to pave the way for this new era. It could also involve just some of the biggest movie stars of our lifetime in the same movie. So it just excites me, okay? I'm gonna put it at the top of I'm excited. I'm not gonna go need it now, because I do need a Spider-Man movie. I don't need this now, but I am excited for Avengers Doomsday. That cast really was a big announcement. I mean, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, some of the OG Avengers, some of the OG X-Men. It's really stirred up a lot of excitement, and I've thought about this. RDJ in a villainous role. Come on. He won an Oscar for his performance in Oppenheimer. I feel like he's going to be in his bag. There's a lot to be excited about here. The Russos haven't missed in the MCU. I'm starting to get more and more optimistic. It could be foolish and blind faith, but I really hope that they deliver with Doomsday. And the final project here is X-Men 97 Season 2. For those who don't know, I'm actually watching X-Men 97 Season 1 for the first time as we speak. I'm 4 episodes in. I'm watching over on my Patreon. And so if you want to watch me react to the show, you can join my Patreon and see my reactions to every episode as I watch along. I'm going at my own pace, so I've got 4 of those episode reactions out now. And I would say through 4 eps, I don't love it. The first 2 episodes were a lot stronger than 3 and 4, but I've heard episode 5, and then I believe the finale is like a 3-part thing. Those are like crazy cool and good. So to judge a second season when I haven't finished a first feels very strange. It's definitely like not something I'm necessarily excited for because I have to finish season 1. I might put it in the curious or tier because, again, I haven't finished the first season, so how do I feel about a second? I don't know. I would say I'm curious about this one. I'll put it right here because I'm curious to finish season 1. I really hope I like it, but if I don't, and it doesn't fully win me over by the end, then I will probably go in the I don't know tier when it's all said and done. But I've heard that the season really ends on a high note and that this next episode's insanity, episode 5 that is, so there's a lot to be excited about for my remaining watch through of X-Men 97. But that does it for my tier list ranking of the 2026 MCU projects based on my excitement. Let me know in the comments down below which of these projects you are the most excited for and which tier you would place these in. And of course, hit that like button, subscribe to that notification bell, and stay on the lookout for potentially some trailer reactions tonight. Disney has their CinemaCon presentation. I doubt we're going to get anything. CinemaCon's kind of a bust when it comes to releasing things to the public, but never say never. We could get a Fantastic Four trailer, fingers crossed. But yeah, that does it. Just want to do this fun little 2026 MCU project tier list. I'm feeling it. I'm getting excited for the future of the MCU. But thank you guys, as always, for watching. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.